Do you remember the first time you really noticed your legs were getting weaker? Maybe it was when you tried to climb the stairs and had to stop halfway. Maybe it was a wobble while carrying groceries. Or maybe, like many people, it wasn't anything dramatic at all. Just a slow creeping realization that something's changed. Leg strength is something we take for granted until it starts to fade. After the age of 60, your muscles, especially the ones in your thighs and calves, begin to shrink. This isn't just about aging. It's a condition with a name, sarcopenia. Left unchecked, it can lead to weakness, loss of balance, and eventually loss of independence. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. By the end of this video, you'll know the 7 most important nutrients that help your legs stay strong, your joints flexible, and your body balanced. These aren't mysterious pills or expensive powders. These are everyday nutrients backed by science that you can get from food or smart, safe supplementation. Let's be real. When your legs get weaker, everything else starts to feel harder. Standing up, going for a walk, getting in and out of the bathtub, even just carrying a laundry basket across the room. And once your legs lose strength, they don't bounce back on their own. You need to feed your body the materials it needs to rebuild. And that means giving it the exact nutrients that support muscle mass, reduce inflammation in the joints, and help maintain bone density. This video is your essential guide. We'll walk you through the single most overlooked nutrient that builds and protects muscle. What kind of protein works best for aging legs? Why magnesium might be more important than calcium for your balance. And the easiest ways to get these nutrients into your meals without overhauling your diet. You may have heard, just exercise more. And yes, movement is vital. But without the right nutrients, your body can't turn that movement into strength. Think of it like building a house. Movement is the hammer, but nutrients are the bricks. Without bricks, there's nothing to build. So let me ask you, what are you feeding your legs? Are you giving them the strength to support you for years to come? We'll begin with the most crucial nutrient of all, one that powers every single muscle movement in your legs and is often missing in the diets of older adults. If you're not getting enough of it, your body starts breaking down muscle faster than it can build it. And the best part? You've probably got a rich source of it in your fridge already. Let's get started with nutrient number 1, protein. Let's start with the heavyweight champion of leg strength, protein. You've heard the word 1,000 times. Every fitness commercial, every diet tip, every food label. But here's the part no one tells you. As you age, your body becomes less efficient at processing protein. That means the same chicken breast that fueled your muscles at 40 doesn't do quite as much at 65. Your body needs more protein, not less, as you get older. Why? Because protein is what your muscles are made of. And the muscles in your legs, quads, hamstrings, calves, are some of the biggest in your body. They require constant repair and replenishment, especially after activities as simple as walking or gardening. Here's a shocking statistic. Nearly half of older adults don't get enough protein to maintain their muscle mass. And when muscle fades, so does balance, speed, and independence. Now, let's get practical. How much protein do you actually need? Most experts recommend 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight for older adults. That means if you weigh 70 kilos, or about 155 pounds, you need roughly 70 to 85 grams of protein per day. For reference, a large egg has about 6 grams, a chicken thigh around 20, a cup of Greek yogurt about 15. You don't need to become a bodybuilder, but you do need to spread protein throughout your day. Why? Because your body can only use so much protein at once. Dumping it all in one meal isn't nearly as effective as getting 20 to 30 grams with each meal. Here's what that looks like. Breakfast: scrambled eggs with cheese and whole grain toast. Lunch: grilled salmon salad with quinoa. Dinner: stir-fried tofu or chicken with brown rice and veggies. Snack: a protein shake, nuts, or cottage cheese. Not a big meat eater? No problem. Plant-based proteins like lentils, beans, edamame, and tempeh can be just as effective, especially when paired with whole grains. And here's a bonus tip: leucine. It's a special amino acid found in protein that triggers muscle growth. You'll find it in foods like eggs, chicken, tuna, cottage cheese, and soybeans. Including leucine-rich foods makes your protein work harder. Now, some people worry that too much protein might be bad for their kidneys. The truth? Unless you have diagnosed kidney disease, moderate increases in protein are not harmful. And in fact, they're essential for healthy aging. So, if you've been eating light, toast for breakfast, soup for lunch, fruit for dinner, it might be time to power up your plate. Because strong legs begin with strong meals. Protein is your leg muscle's best friend. But it's not the only nutrient in the toolbox. Next up, we'll talk about a mineral that's been quietly doing the heavy lifting for years. Yet it's missing in nearly 70% of older adults. Without it, your muscles cramp, your legs feel heavy, and your energy fades. Let's take a look at magnesium. Now, let's talk about a nutrient that rarely gets the spotlight, but quietly powers nearly every movement your legs make: magnesium. If protein is the building block of your muscles, magnesium is the spark. It helps your muscles contract and relax, keeps your nerves firing correctly, and even supports energy production in your cells. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can feel tight, twitchy, or downright weak. Ever get those random cramps in your calves at night? Or feel like your legs are heavy and slow, even if you're well rested? There's a good chance magnesium deficiency is at play. Here's the kicker: as many as 70% of adults over 60 don't get enough magnesium. Why? Because our diets have changed. Magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens, nuts, and whole grains have been replaced by more processed meals. And to make things worse, as we age, our bodies absorb magnesium less efficiently. Let's make this real. Imagine your legs are like a car. Magnesium is the spark plug that helps the engine run smoothly. Without it, you're trying to drive with misfires, jerky movement, delayed reaction, maybe even a breakdown. That's what happens inside your body when magnesium is too low. So, how much do you need? Most adults over 60 need about 320 to 420 milligrams of magnesium per day, depending on gender and overall health. Where do you get it? You don't need fancy supplements to get started. Here are some magnesium-rich foods you can start incorporating right away. Pumpkin seeds. Just a handful gives over 150 milligrams. Spinach and chard. Almonds. Cashews and peanuts, black beans. Avocados. Whole grains like brown rice or oats. Dark chocolate, yes, in moderation. A magnesium-packed day might look like this. Breakfast: oatmeal topped with almonds and banana lunch. black bean and quinoa salad with avocado dinner, grilled chicken with sautéed spinach and brown rice snack, a square or two of dark chocolate with a few cashews. If you prefer supplements, look for magnesium citrate or glycinate, which are more easily absorbed than cheaper forms like magnesium oxide. But always check with your doctor, especially if you're on medications, as magnesium can interact with certain drugs. Here's another reason magnesium matters. It helps regulate blood sugar. And stable blood sugar equals more energy and fewer crashes, which makes movement easier and more enjoyable. It also plays a role in reducing inflammation, which is crucial if you're dealing with arthritis or joint stiffness in the legs. Now picture this. You've eaten well all day. You're hydrated. You sit down in your favorite chair and stretch out your legs. No cramps, no restless feeling, just calm, relaxed strength. That's the power of magnesium. Up next, we'll explore a vitamin that acts like sunshine for your bones and muscles. And without it, even the best protein and magnesium can't do their job. Most older adults are deficient, especially in winter. And the effects can sneak up on you. Let's talk about vitamin D, your leg strength's secret weapon. Let's step into the sunlight, literally and figuratively, because it's time to talk about one of the most critical yet underappreciated vitamins for leg strength, vitamin D. This isn't just about bones. It's not just about immune health. Vitamin D is a direct contributor to muscle strength, balance, and stability. And when you're low on it, which many older adults are, your legs feel the difference. Here's the truth. Vitamin D acts like a key that unlocks your body's ability to absorb calcium and magnesium. Without it, those nutrients float around uselessly, unable to do their job. Your muscles stay weak, your bones don't harden properly, and your fall risk skyrockets. And it gets worse with age. As we get older, our skin produces less vitamin D from sunlight, and our kidneys, responsible for converting vitamin D into its active form, become less efficient. Add in the fact that many older adults spend more time indoors, and you've got a recipe for deficiency. The consequences are serious. Weaker leg muscles, increased joint and muscle pain, slower reflexes, greater risk of falls and fractures. One study even found that older adults with low vitamin D levels were nearly twice as likely to experience a fall. And when you're over 60, a single fall can change your entire quality of life. But there's hope, and it starts with awareness. How much vitamin D do you need? Most health experts recommend around 800 to 1,000 IU per day for adults over 60. Some people may need more depending on their blood levels, which is why a simple blood test from your doctor is a smart idea. How do you get it? There are three main sources of vitamin D. Sunlight. Aim for 10 to 30 minutes of sun exposure on your arms and legs a few times a week. Morning sun is best. No sunscreen during this time, but don't overdo it. Food. While fewer foods contain vitamin D naturally, you can find it in fatty fish like salmon and sardines, fortified milk and orange juice, egg yolks, mushrooms, especially those exposed to sunlight. Supplements. If your doctor confirms you're low, vitamin D3 supplements are safe, affordable, and effective. But here's something most people miss. Vitamin D works best when taken with fat. It's a fat-soluble vitamin, so pairing it with a meal that includes healthy fats, like olive oil, avocado, or nuts, helps your body absorb more of it. Picture this. you're enjoying a simple lunch of grilled salmon, sautéed greens, and a small baked potato with olive oil. Not only is it delicious, it's a meal packed with the nutrients your legs are begging for. Vitamin D also plays a surprising role in mood and motivation. Low levels are linked to fatigue and even depression. So keeping your levels up doesn't just protect your bones, it helps you feel good enough to get moving in the first place. Let me say it plainly. If you're over 60 and not thinking about vitamin D, you're leaving strength, stability, and energy on the table. And now that we've given your muscles the foundation, the fire, and the fuel, they need support. Coming up next is a nutrient that acts like scaffolding for your legs. It's the one that literally holds you up. Calcium. If vitamin D is the key that unlocks your body's ability to absorb nutrients, then calcium is the brick and mortar your legs are built on. When most people think of calcium, they picture bones, and rightly so. Calcium is what makes your bones strong and hard. But what's often forgotten is that calcium is also a vital part of muscle function. Your legs don't just need calcium to stand. They need it to move, react, and recover. Here's the big problem. After age 50, bone loss speeds up, especially for women. Without enough calcium, your bones become brittle, your joints weaken, and your risk of falls and fractures rises. A broken hip, for many older adults, can mark the beginning of a steep decline in mobility and independence. Let's not let that happen. The good news? Calcium is easy to get, but only if you're getting it from the right sources in the right amounts and paired with the right nutrients. So first, how much calcium do you need? Most people over 60 need 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams per day. But here's the catch. Your body can only absorb about 500 milligrams at a time, so you need to spread your intake across the day, not dump it all into a single supplement. Best food sources of calcium include dairy, milk, yogurt, cheese, leafy greens, kale, collard greens, bok choy, but not spinach. It's high in oxalates which block calcium absorption. Fortified foods, some cereals, plant-based milks like almond or soy, and orange juice fish with edible bones, sardines and canned salmon tofu set with calcium sulfate. Let's break down a simple calcium-packed day. Breakfast: Greek yogurt with berries and chia seeds. Lunch: kale and chickpea salad with feta cheese. Dinner: grilled salmon with roasted broccoli and sweet potato snack. A glass of calcium-fortified almond milk or a slice of hard cheese. Worried about lactose intolerance? You're not alone. About 65% of people experience some level of lactose sensitivity as they age. The fix? Lactose-free milk. Hard cheeses, like cheddar or Swiss, they're naturally lower in lactose yogurt with live cultures, which help digest lactose, or go plant-based with fortified non-dairy options. Now, a word of caution: more isn't always better. Taking high-dose calcium supplements without medical guidance can increase the risk of kidney stones or even heart problems. Always aim to meet most of your needs through food, and check with your doctor before taking a supplement. And don't forget, you've already learned that calcium doesn't work alone. Without vitamin D and magnesium, calcium won't get absorbed properly, and it might even cause more harm than good. Think of these nutrients as a team. Calcium builds, vitamin D delivers, magnesium activates together. They form the foundation of strong, mobile legs. And now that we've laid that foundation, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: blood flow. because even if you're eating all the right things, your legs can't benefit from it unless nutrients can actually reach them. That's where the next nutrient comes in. It supports circulation, reduces inflammation, and helps keep the blood moving to your muscles and joints. Up next, omega-3 fatty acids, and why your legs will thank you for every bite. Now let's talk about something you might not associate with leg strength, but that plays a crucial role in how your legs feel, move, and heal. Omega-3 fatty acids. You've probably heard of them in connection with heart health, and yes, they're fantastic for that. But here's the lesser-known truth. Omega-3s also reduce inflammation, improve blood flow, and help your muscles recover faster. And if you've ever felt like your legs are stiff in the morning, slow to warm up, or ache at night, even after gentle activity, inflammation may be the root cause. So, what exactly are omega-3s? They're a type of polyunsaturated fat your body can't make on its own. You have to get them through food or supplements. There are 3 types, but the 2 that matter most for your legs are EPA and DHA, the ones found in fatty fish. What do they do? Reduce chronic inflammation in joints and muscles, support smooth blood flow to your legs and feet, improve flexibility, and reduce joint stiffness, help maintain muscle mass by supporting post-exercise recovery. It's like giving your legs a warm oil bath from the inside out. How much do you need? Experts recommend 250 to 500 milligrams of EPA and DHA combined per day, but higher amounts, 1,000 plus milligrams, may be beneficial if you have joint pain or circulation issues. Talk to your doctor if you're considering a supplement. Top food sources include salmon, especially wild-caught sardines, small, affordable, and eaten whole for extra nutrients. Mackerel, herring, and anchovies tuna. Choose skipjack or light varieties for lower mercury chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts. Great plant-based alternatives, though they provide ALA, a weaker form of omega-3. Want a simple omega-3 rich day? Breakfast: oatmeal topped with flax seeds and walnuts. Lunch: tuna salad on whole grain toast with olive oil drizzle. Dinner: baked salmon with quinoa and roasted veggies. Snack: a few walnuts or a chia pudding cup. And if fish isn't your thing, fish oil or algae-based supplements are great options. Look for ones that list exact amounts of EPA and DHA on the label. What most people overlook is that omega-3s also help with circulation. Good blood flow means your legs get more oxygen, more nutrients, and more healing power. That's especially important if you're managing conditions like diabetes or peripheral artery disease, where circulation can be impaired. Plus, omega-3s may help with leg cramps at night, improve walking endurance, and even support mood, making you more likely to get out and move in the first place. Because let's face it, it's not just about what your legs can do today, it's about how they'll feel a month from now, a year from now, when you've made these nutrients a daily habit. Now that we've covered the 5 foundational nutrients, protein, magnesium, vitamin D, calcium, and omega-3s, you might be wondering, what about quick, convenient food options? What can you grab when you're tired, short on time, or just don't feel like cooking? That's exactly what we'll cover next. We'll wrap up with 2 bonus nutrients that act like insurance policies for your legs, plus 3 smart eating habits that make all of this effortless. You've made it this far, which means You already care more about your health and strength than most people your age. And now, with the foundation in place, let's finish strong. We've covered the 5 essential nutrients that help keep your legs powerful and pain-free. Protein to rebuild muscle, magnesium to keep muscles firing, vitamin D to support absorption and mood, calcium to protect bones, omega-3s to reduce inflammation and improve circulation. But there are 2 more nutrients that act like insurance policies. They're not flashy, but they quietly support everything you've worked for so far. Bonus nutrient number 1, potassium. Potassium helps your muscles contract smoothly, regulates nerve signals, and balances the fluids in your cells. Low potassium equals leg cramps, muscle fatigue, and even elevated blood pressure. Top potassium-rich foods: bananas, sweet potatoes, beans, white beans especially, avocados, beets, coconut water. Most older adults fall short on potassium, not because they don't eat enough, but because they eat too much salt. The key is to lower sodium slightly and increase potassium through whole foods. Bonus nutrient number 2, vitamin B12. B12 is essential for nerve health, especially in the legs. Tingling, numbness, or a pins and needles sensation can sometimes be traced to low B12 levels, especially in adults over 60 who often absorb it poorly due to decreased stomach acid. You'll find B12 in eggs, fish, like trout and tuna, meat, fortified cereals, nutritional yeast, great for vegetarians. If you're vegan or vegetarian, or if you've had gastric surgery, it's worth asking your doctor about a B12 supplement or injection. Now let's bring this all home with 3 effortless habits that help you make all these nutrients part of your everyday life. 1. Front load your protein. Start your day with a strong breakfast: eggs, Greek yogurt, or a smoothie with protein powder. Don't wait until dinner to get your muscle fuel. Second batch, prep 1 power meal each week. Make a large salad with kale, beans, avocado, and grilled salmon. Store it in the fridge and enjoy it over a few days. It's a one-stop shop for protein, calcium, magnesium, and omega-3s. 3. Keep a leg strength checklist on your fridge. Write down these 7 nutrients: protein, magnesium, vitamin D, calcium, omega-3, potassium, B12. Check off the ones you hit each day. It keeps you mindful without the stress of calorie counting. Let's finish with a thought. You're not just eating to survive. You're eating to walk, to garden, to travel, to dance, to chase your grandkids, to stay independent. Strong legs are not just about movement, they are your freedom. So don't let stiffness or weakness steal your golden years. Start today, just 1 meal at a time. Choose strength. Choose balance. Choose the foods that carry you forward. Because the life you want isn't waiting at the top of the stairs. It starts with the power to climb them.